Okay, so getting ready to take a little scooter run in the neighborhood. Mostly I do this for training purposes or to get out when the weather's inclement. But also lately I do it for Princess purposes because she's older. Come on, good boys. Come on, good boys. Trot. Trot, good boys are. They're just coming from the backyard. Good boy. Come on, Chase. So with her being older, it makes more sense. Come on, good boy. Chase. What I'll do is just, come on, good boy. He's excited because, come on. Let's walk him over. Come on, Jake. He's go. Go ahead, go in your truck. Good boy. Okay, good boys. It's Chase and Zorro. Good boy.
Zorro's a train dog, isn't he?
Yeah. Come on, Jack.
Now there's evil there.
Come on, Jack.
Like King Zorro, 2 different ends of the earth.
Whoa.
What's that?
It's branch. Big branch just fell, Jim. Might have to check that and see if, yeah, you might want to look, though, just to make sure. Yeah, just real quick while I harness on. Come on, Jack. Come on. Yeah, I just went kaboom. Come on, Jack. So I let the dogs, they like to spread their scent. Come on, good boy. Good boy. Whoa, good boy. They don't, I switch yards sometimes with the dogs. So they don't get out here as in front as much. Usually it's Princess and Zorro up here in front. So, okay, harnesses go like this. There's different kinds of harnesses for different activities. Most of the time I'm using what they call an H-back harness or a tracking harness, which is what I'm putting on. Hi, good girl. What I'm putting on Princess right now. Good girl. What a good girl you are. So, the H-back harness. Hi, good. You're so good. Trying to get past her collar because good girl. Paul, good girl. Because the other collar is what they call a GPS collar. It's right here. And you can rub against this and release it. There's a sport, good girl, Princess. Stay. There's a sport sleeve for it, if you will, that prevents that, but we're just doing a quick run. And as I was saying, I'm using the neighborhood lately a lot because Princess is older, but this makes sure she gets some access for a little bit of pulling, mostly trotting, but it's a different activity instead of free ranging. So I try to mix up the activities because it helps her. And we had this for Jag, and we might be. So now I gotta harness up these two, Chase and Jag. Stay. Those are the keys, though. Stay. JC boy. Oh, good boy.
Funny how excited they get.
Yeah. Well, it's like they.
It's like playtime.
Yeah. Actually, it's like a job, you know? It's like they gotta work.
And they want to go.
Yeah, they want to do it and get it done. Stay. Stay. Hold him for a sec, Jimmy. All you do is hold it by right like that.
I got him. You digging a hole? What are you doing?
He's trying to cover his neck. Come on. Good boy. Okay, buddy. Okay. Yeah, I'll take him. Come on, boys. You can take him and hook him on the right side.
Come on. Come on, Stanton. Come on, Stanton. You're a tough dog.
Stay. Hey, come on, Jack.
Here comes your buddy. Down the road. Here it comes.
Okay.
Test number 1.
Princess, stay. Okay. Come on, guys. Boy. Good girl. Easy, guys. Boy. So right now we're doing a neighborhood, what I call the RuffBoard. It's a scooter, it's a 3-wheeled scooter that's been specified, specially crafted, I should say, or customized to run the dogs, to attach the dogs to. And it works wonderfully. I've been doing this for years. This is actually how I train them to go on the bike. Because you see, it's teaching them to run on the side and teaching them to run right next to the wheels, which is important. So we just take our time. We've got a 14.5 at this point year old dame with us, the pretty princess. She's right to my left, right there. Got the Zorro. He's to my top left, right here. Going G over. That's Jim. Jim's part of the WooFDriver pit crew team, letting me know that there's another car coming. Come on, guys. Easy, easy. Oh, guys. Okay, that's how we let up. Most vehicles around here know me, so I don't need to pull over, but I could see that was a work truck. Not familiar with the area. Haul means go to the left. So this is a really good hill climb. This is pretty steep, and this will cause us to go slower, obviously. Now, the 3 pups I was introducing you to, Zorro, the only dark colored one, more of the traditional Husky. My top left is, stay, guys, stay. I think they see something up ahead. Chase, 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 chase. Which is really good for them. So what I'm doing is I'm letting them pull. I'm giving them a little bit. I'm giving them a little bit of motor. Good girl. And what this does is, so they're getting real excited because they picked up on a scent. They might see one of the neighborhood dogs. Might see one of the neighbors who they think, because dogs look ahead in the distance when they're looking, and when they see movement, they know it might be something that they can prey upon. That's just, they're prey driven. So if they see, come on, good girl. If they happen to see my neighbor walking, or anybody walking for that matter, they might say, oh, that might be a groundhog, or that might be a deer, or that might be another dog. As we get closer and the scent becomes a little more recognizable, they might see that it's not really anything they'd be interested in. They'll stop whining or stop their drive. But remember, the idea here is to keep them engaged. So when they get excited, you don't want to discourage it. You want to work with it and use it to your advantage for training. So Princess, doing great. Paul, come around. Paul, come around. Paul, come around. Somebody walking the dog, so I'm just going to go down here and I'll turn back around again. You can, and then follow me back around. So I realized that it's going to be a few minutes because they were walking. I could see the people ahead. So what I do is just give them time to do their thing. I don't want them to be intimidated by or feel rushed by us, because my dogs are very vocal. Huskies are vocal dogs, and I'm going to give them a chance for them to make it down the street before I head back down. Usually this time of day, we're talking 2:20, during a weekday, there's not many people. So usually don't run into that, and that's why I'm not out here on a Saturday doing this in the neighborhood. Good girl, pretty. Now look at that. See how motivated she is because it's a new area, and also it's not going uphill, it's going downhill, so she's getting a little push, if you will. And again, a great way to train a dog, a new dog, is to go downhill because momentum's working with them and they don't feel any of the pressure from their harness, which is to a new dog unfamiliar, so they learn what it's about. This is just the way we do it. Some of the cars zoom through here, so it's important to stay as close to the curb as possible, or some instances to stop when we see a car, depending on the lay of the road, how things are going. Paul, Paul. Good place to teach them commands too, because there's not many other ways to go but the way of the road. So if you, it's not like a dirt trail that they could cut through the grass. It'd be hard to do that here. Good boys and good girls. Come on, come on, good girl. You can see it moving at a very slow pace, and that's partially because of Princess. And also it's a little warm out. It's actually not too warm, it's more humid than anything. So we just take our time. It's important for her to get some exercise in for the mobility of her joints, and because she's older, other health related issues, any exercise we can get any of the dogs is always a good thing. And she's just doing great. If I speed it up, it'll discourage her. So always keep it slow. And if she gets stimulated by the scent of another dog or maybe a wild animal, that'll cause her to go faster, and that's a good thing. But I want to control that as well, as to make sure she doesn't overrun herself, overexert herself. This is different than the activity we did yesterday, which is free ranging, because obviously they're off leash and there's no force on their body or a need for them to conform to anything. So, but all of this different exercise is important. That's why I do this. Come on, guys. I'm getting close to the curb, so Chase is thinking about jumping up there. No, Chase. Chase. Come on, pretty. And what also helps is when we make a turn, we're going to make a turn down the next street here. That's going to help her too, because it's going to be new sense, new direction. Come on, guys. And you'd be surprised how changing direction or changing up a routine goes a long way with a dog when they don't know what to expect. And again, that makes them more apt to be trainable, to say, okay, what way are we going, Dad? All of a sudden you become more important. Come on, guys, for the alpha. Come on, Princess. Come on. That's how you become the alpha, because they learn to look to you, because you're the one supplying them the direction and also fueling the fun. So right now, folks, we're just cruising down a neighborhood street. Got Jag, Chase in front, and Zara to my left. Pretty Princess is in the dog bus behind me, my dog bus, taking a breather. She did about 1.5 miles. We did about 4 miles yesterday free range, and so She's a little tired to start. They're all a little tired, but not Zorro. Oh, so you can see Zorro. And that's how we do a bathroom break. Just like that. He stops and says, "Whoa, daddy." And Jim will pick that up. Always good neighbors, and we take care of the neighborhood. Always pick up any waste. This does encourage the dogs to do a lot of bathroom breaks because it's activity, just like a human. In addition, a dog will want to go to the bathroom when they're in unfamiliar territory because they feel like there's a opportunity. It's just instinctual for them to encounter either any potential prey or any kind of challenge from a predator, another dog, etc. So they don't want to have an encounter and have to go to the bathroom. That'd be a bad thing. So any opportunity they get, it stimulates them when they're outside, and that's why it's come on, no. Look, that's got a car coming kind of quick. That's why it's easy to house train a dog to go to the bathroom. Come on, Chase. So right now we're headed down to a really steep hill. It's pretty good grade. When I say grade, I mean steepness of a hill. That's how hills are graded. And we're doing this, there's Zorro by the way, because it's great exercise for the dogs climbing the hill. This is one way to keep them in shape, and also when you're training dogs to do these kinds of activities, pulling, running with a bike, it's good to have different degrees of challenges inside your training. So when I train the dogs, we frequently visited this hill when they were younger, because as they have to negotiate the weight and feel the harness going up and down a hill, it's different than running on level ground. So that helps, and you can see we're picking up a good pace. I've got plenty of hands on the brake just because I want to make sure the bike doesn't outpace the dogs. I prefer to hold them back a little bit if I can, just to keep the excitement, but I will let them unleash their power at the appropriate time, not going down the hill like that. G over, G over. G over means go to the right, come over. Haul, come around, haul, come around. Haul, come around, that means go to the left and come all the way around. Haul, come around, haul, come around, haul, come around. Good boys. Now we're gonna climb this hill. Now, Princess, you might be familiar with her. She's my eldest Husky, and she's in the van behind me, which you'll get a view of in a little bit. Catching some rest because she done these exercises for years and she's got seniority. No, but she can use the exercise all the time. She doesn't need it right now because she did about 4 miles yesterday and she did about 1.5 miles so far today. She'll get back on this scooter, this dog powered RuffBoard I call it, on our way home, and she'll know we're on our way home, and that'll motivate her to want to run some more. So we're climbing this pretty good size hill, and you see I can take my hands off the scooter. It's 3 wheels. There's a little bit of balance involved, but not like a 2-wheeled bicycle, and that's important when you're running dogs. It's one thing, I'm perfectly capable of riding a bicycle, but when you start adding external factors on there like dogs pulling in multiple directions, it becomes a little more challenging. Now when we're on a regular bike, because I do this on a regular bike too, we try to keep the dogs pulling limited to under the seat where the majority of my weight would be, so that would neutralize it. So right now the pretty princess is back on board, just trying to get her a little extra exercise. You can see she's really back on board. She's pulling now, so that's a really good sign. Just like to go slow for her. The boys have gotten a big run in. When I say big, they achieved some high speeds, did some hill climbing, and had a little bit of distance, probably about 3.5 4 miles right now. So they can chill a little and she can exert herself a little and everybody's happy. I'm gonna let them get in the pond and I'll pull Princess out too. So you know what? Let's get their, let's see if I can, before they get wet, if I could take their harness off, that's always a good thing. Good boy, Zorro.
He's out of jail.
Stay. We'll do Jag last, Chase last. This is old Zara's harness.
Is it?
Yeah. I couldn't find the other ones. Stay. Good boy. Don't go till we all go together. My girl. No. She did that because he came near when she was getting, when she felt compromised. Yep. Look at them. And here the boys are taking a cool down in the pond. Come on, Zara. Zara, good boy. Boy, Jag. You want to come in, Chase? How about Princess? Zara says, I'll say hi to the fish. The fish actually think that the dogs are going to feed them. So that's why they hover around them. This is how we cool down, folks. We just did about a 5-mile run in the neighborhood on what I call the rough board. It's actually a turtle that lives in here too. Chase is meandering through the flowers. So I was getting out. And that's how we do it here in WooFDriver land, folks.